Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Frieren Beyond Hero's Journey, Season 1, Episode 2. So I am very excited to watch more of this show. It was a very cool and interesting first episode, definitely a different kind of storytelling than I have seen in a while. I am still curious as to where the story goes. Does it stay like, or I shouldn't say stay, because after one episode I don't know enough, but is it just like an episodic, like these characters going on little like slice of lifey adventures? Do we have like an overarching antagonist that goes throughout the show? Or I'm curious where it goes, because the first episode I got these very calm vibes. I know it's a completely different show, but I compared it to Violet Evergarden, where we kind of had this like main character who doesn't feel emotions like as much as me. I mean, obviously she did, but maybe not as much as you'd expect her to. And then you see her go on her different journeys, which reminds me of Violet going around doing her different things. And now we have this character Fern that she's going to be looking after while she tries to decode this book. I wonder just what those interactions are going to be like, and where we go. I mean, yeah, it's just really just I need to see more episodes to see how the storytelling is going to be. But I really like the idea that this is like post them defeating the Demon King. I was kind of surprised by the time skips and stuff where we saw these adventures when they were young, and then we saw them when they were old, and then we saw them when they passed, or some of them have passed. And it's just like a really interesting setup to a show. So without further ado, the only way to learn more is to watch it. So we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. I really need to trim my mustache real bad. Kind of weird. So I turned the volume up on my computer. And then in the volume mixer, I turned this back down to where it was, but it's still so loud. Does it use the overall volume, I guess? It's really weird. I'm just gonna have to turn it down even more. Like, it should be the exact same as what it was before, but maybe it doesn't go off the volume mixer slider and it goes off, like, the overall sound. Anyway. Fern does look older in the opening, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get another time jump too, right? Hmm. You must train. Telling a kid to be patient rarely works. Okay, that's good. Yeah, patience. Talking to each other, maybe telling stories. And one hair that just loves going in my mouth right now. Oh. She looks so cold. I thought she was like burning herself or something. When she was doing like, because it transitioned from like her doing magic to her standing over the fire. Frieren's kind of clumsy, isn't she? Was that her that was like under a pile of books back there? Getting eaten by mimics all the time. $4 years. Okay. I actually wasn't paying attention to what Fern looked like during that montage. I don't know if we could see her getting older. Still deciphering it after 4 years, too. Uh-oh. He's getting old. Damn. Did he... Okay, no, he's alive. Oh. Can she still not make it? Damn. Why is she so eager? And she does look a little older. So why do you have to master this before he dies? Is she hoping to cast the immortality spell? Talking about Hemo? Damn. So a kid about to kill herself. That was sad. Okay. So basically just knowing that the solace that the girl he brought in will be fine without him, can support herself, make some kind of living. That's cool. Could be so lazy. Just like levitate some food to me. Just more deciphering, more trying to shoot rocks. Is this the moment? This seems pretty grand. And we can see a hole through it, maybe. She finished? Ah, okay. Yeah, he did this just to have her stay here, maybe? Was Ewig the Demon King? Ewig would have cast them on himself? I didn't write the name down in the first episode if they mentioned it in the first one. I can only imagine that's who it is, though. Hmm. Oh. I mean, I guess leaving is still losing him in a way. I mean, she's aware he's gonna die, right? Yeah, I agree. Oh. Was Fern wiping her eyes? Could she, like, hear that conversation? Hmm. Wanted to be a little bit... Yeah. A little bit more like him. Kind of adorable. Hey, she did it. Nice. He passed. Dumping the booze for the priest. Is that a shadow on her neck or is that a scar? Corrupt priest. It didn't have to be magic. Because she said she was okay with anything, right? $26. Whoa. Wait, what? 26 years? Oh, wait, after the death of Hemel, maybe? Is that what it said? I'm gonna have to go. That wasn't 26 years after Hyter, because she'd be a lot older. Fern, right? She ages normally, I think. I'll go back and look, don't worry, after the episode's done. In the discussion, I'll go reread that. Hmm. Hey, man. Once you have a lot of, like, the regular ones, you start getting some of the weird ones. That's fun. Hmm. Oh. Someone they saved? Maybe they save this village or something. No, here we go. Yep. Wow, so when this old lady was a kid. Damn. So is it just him, not the rest of the group? He seems like he was a badass. Oh, never mind. Jeez. That's me. Nice. Just like instantly does it. I wonder how long it took him. Oh, the whole area looks nice. Oh, magic some, grow some. I was gonna say, is there any? That's no fun though. Hmm. Then why? Oh. Okay, cool. So you need to have seen it before. Does a picture work? Hmm. Damn squirrels. Okay, so a picture doesn't work. They have to see it, I think. Oh, are we gonna go on an adventure? Did she take the squirrels? Or did she take in the food? She's taking the squirrels. Seed rats, okay. Bye. So, blue moonweed. Going on a journey. The thing is she has a long life, so she can go on some of these, like, less meaningful. I mean, it is meaningful, don't get me wrong, but like with the human's lifespan, if you spend like years traveling around trying to like find this flower, that's like years off of her life for this, right? I mean, I don't think that really matters to either of them, but what is she doing? Just looking in the bushes. $6 months. Yeah. Hmm. She has that much time. That's the crazy thing. Uh, so that's what she's worried about. Hmm. I like how she said we. It's interesting. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Hmm. Okay. Damn steed rats. Oh, maybe it knows? Tracking spell. Cool. Man, can you imagine having to remember the amount of spells? Like, I wonder if they have enhanced memories because of their long lifespans. Imagine trying to remember, like, hundreds of years worth of spells. No, damn. Busted up church kind of place. Cool. The spell they were talking about. So pretty. They're just frolicking in the flowers. That's funny. Hmm. I guess it gives her some purpose too, right? For her long life. I like how it didn't just run in like a straight pattern to it, like zigzagged, as animals do. Oh! Is there one growing up there? So did it bury one of the seeds and it grew, maybe? Can she fly? Or... I guess so. Nice. So now she can make them, right? She sees them? That's cool. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to. She can just pick some of them. Show... Show Fern. Can she make other people fly? Oh, okay. Did she do that herself? That's cool. Hmm. But you chose magic. Yep. Probably would have been easier to do some other skills, I feel like. Become like a baker or something. Nice. So she did the spell, right? Clearly, for the pattern that they're grown in. They're not just picked and placed. Speaking of forgetting. No, how she put a little... Nice. Alright, cool. I love it. Like, it seems so simple. It is such like a... There's something about the tone of the show where it's just so simple and relaxed. It's like... After watching some of these, like, crazy shows and everything, there's something so peaceful about watching this show. Like, the characters talk very softly, you know. It's not like... I mean, they had, like, a little bit of a heated argument, a little bit. But it was very brief. Uh, and it's very fun. I really like it so far. I can't even really like put into words what I like about it. There's just something so like peaceful and relaxing about watching it. Um but we did have a little bit of conflict starting between the characters. Uh we had, the issue with Frieren traveling around with a human is, I mean, I know this isn't what was on Fern's mind, but like Frieren can waste years of time and it means nothing to her, but years of time is pretty significant to a human. But what Fern's main problem was is that Frieren has this power. She has so many spells and everything. Hold on, I'll continue this in a second. That is it for episode 2. Um, but what I was saying was, I think Fern's main issue, like she was talking about this episode, is she could be using all of these spells, her powers, and everything to be helping people. Yet she's been using it to, she's using it, spending all this time, 6 months plus, there was more time they searched after the 6 months, right? Uh, to try to find this flower to put on a monument to someone. And sure, it's meaningful to Frieren and everything, but she could have been using those 6 months to save people and help them and everything. So it's definitely it's going to be an interesting thing where maybe I wonder if Fern will either change Frieren or will Frieren change Fern, right? Like, it seems like Frieren's like fine with just collecting spells and like settling for a simple life, but it almost feels like Fern wants a little bit more from life than that. Um but I guess like the way she was saved, she wants to save people like that too, so she has like a little bit of that drive in. And Heiter had that too, where the reason why he saved Fern was because he thought about Himmel saving people and stuff like that, and he was like, oh, I kind of want to do that too. So it was certainly interesting. Now we had the 26 years after thing. um God, I hope I can find it. It was before, I think we met her, right? I'm just trying to find where that was. Shoot. I should have looked at the time. I didn't think about how hard it would be to find something like that. Oh, man. I might have to rewatch part of the episode. So it's definitely after they learned the spells, because they met the lady, right? They came up to the statue. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. Maybe I'll just leave the episode playing and see if I can get to that part again while I just talk. Yeah, I'm just gonna lower the volume and leave it playing, and I'll try to pay attention for that while I talk about the episode. But yeah, we had, it seems like she lost her family, right? Like she has like the locket with a picture of her and her mom and her dad, I believe it was. And it seems like she lost them, and she didn't have any family left or anything like that, so she seems like she was gonna kill herself, right? I mean, obviously, she was gonna kill herself. And Haiter managed to talk her off that ledge, and that's why her goals were, before Haiter died, she wanted to make something of herself. She wanted to have some kind of skill so that way Haiter could die with peace of mind that she will be able to support herself and be, and be happy. And I mean, she said it didn't have to be magic, but like Frieren said, she picked magic. That was probably a harder skill to learn. Like, hell, she was what, 4 years, and she still hadn't mastered it at that time. She's still like a little bit after that. She finally broke the rock, but 4 years, she probably could have learned multiple other skills, I feel like, instead of that one. So certainly certainly interesting. I like the idea that after a while of like collecting spells, she would just start getting weird ones, because obviously there's probably only so many like combat ones and utility ones that you can learn that are like immediately useful, like on a day-to-day basis. But then there's the ones that are like weird that she's starting to collect now that she has so many other ones, like removing the rust from bronze and making grape sour instead of sweet. It's like little things like that were kind of funny. And I like the idea of it. I like the idea of finding these quirky, weird spells that may not ever have much of a practical use, but just having them could be fun. And seeing them learn them, maybe later episodes we could like find some kind of reason to use them. But like, oh yeah, I remember when she learned that one, which could be kind of cool. But yeah, we spent most of this episode looking for I guess half the episode was really just her mastering her magic, talking to Haiter. They mentioned that she finished decoding the book. No, not decoding, but translating the book, and it had no bringing people back from the dead, no immortality, and they mentioned Ewig would have done it. So I'm guessing Ewig was the name of the Demon King, because that's like what would make the most sense to me, is that the Demon King would have made himself immortal, or brought himself back from the dead, or had someone do it for him if it was possible. So, but I either have missed the line of it popping up, or it still hasn't popped up, because I still have the episode playing, but I am sometimes looking down at my notes. I also kind of get distracted if I just sit here and watch. But I think I did. I feel like I must have gone past it, right? Unless it's after this montage of them, like she's like stuck in the bush or whatever now. Was it after this, maybe? I wrote down seed rats after I wrote down 26 years. And I'm way past the seed rats thing, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, and then 6 months. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went past it. Where are we? I just jumped backwards a bit. Okay, so I think they're just getting to the village now. Yeah, no spells to teach. Okay. I'm gonna try to pay attention a little bit more this time. Hopefully I can find it, but I'm actually kind of running out of things to talk about. But yeah, like, the show as a whole, absolutely love it, right? Like, it's, like, if I only watch shows like this, like, some of, like, the little bit slower pace, little bit, like, episodic with a slight, like, overarching story, like, I feel like I would get bored, but majority of the shows I've done reactions to have been the faster paced, more shonen-y, more like fighting kind of things. And it's been a while since I finished Violet Evergarden, so seeing something like this, it's just having these fun little stories that are just mainly character driven and stuff like that is a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it. But I think I'm gonna wait right here and stop talking because I don't really have much more to say, but I want to find this subtitle line that talks about the amount of time it's been. So I might just sit here and watch the episode and then cut out all the dead time of me not talking and jump straight there for you guys. Okay, I found it. It took me way too long to find it. I mean, it didn't take me that long, but I went back twice, just not far enough. I didn't realize it was this far back. But yeah, so it's 26 years after the death of Himo. So that makes more sense, right? I'm trying to think. The old lady. So let's assume she was like 6 years old or something when she was saved by Himo. That would have put her at like 32 when he died. And then I guess there were a good chunk of years after to get her to the age. Because this is... Yeah, this is 26 years after he died. Okay, yeah. So, sorry. When I was going through the episode, I, like, confused myself because I was like, wait, if this is 26 years later, but it's 26 years after his death, so I think that's where I got, like, my mind got a little mixed up, where I was like, that old lady would not have aged that much, you know, in 26 years from when she was saved to then, but, you know, he would have aged and then died. And then she aged past that, so. But yeah, okay. So, 26 years after Himo's death. So that's cool. And then I was also, like, obviously, I was, like, I pretty much knew it wasn't Heiter's unless she learned some spell to slow her aging. Because, I mean, either that or Fern was just someone that is one of the people that, like, this is how she looks as full grown, you know? But she still looks like roughly a kid. We haven't gotten ages or anything for either character, right? Like, last episode, I don't think we got any kind of age for Fern. No, not that I wrote down anyway. And it's been 4 years, at the very least, since she showed up and met Fern. So if we assume, I mean, Fern might only be, like, 14 or 15 if we assume she was like 10 or 11 last episode and then had the 4-year skip. But then they're also traveling around, so who knows how long it's been since Heiter died at this point. But yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much all I have to say in regards to the episode. I know I keep saying it. I apologize, but I really like the show. I'm really excited to watch more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon down below where you can get 2 extra episodes. Right? Actually, no. I'm sorry. This was a Patreon show. I always forget that. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can get the rest of the show on my Patreon right now. That's the way I do it. I watch the entire show on my Patreon before I start releasing it to YouTube. Also, you'll probably be able to see some other shows too, because I won't start releasing this until I finish releasing Symphogear. So check that out if you guys are interested. It'll get you a bunch of more episodes of this, as well as whatever show has replaced this as well. So thank you guys so much. Links in the description should be popping up on the screen, and I'll see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.